Ken Mahoney, President Mahoney Asset Management. Ken, walk me through your life since you went to bed last night. What time did you go to bed?
I don't know, did I even go to bed? I don't know what happened.
What time did you go to bed?
I fell asleep about 3 o'clock, woke up about 5:30.
Okay, so did you know? I went
yes,
to bed.
yeah, I did wake up. It was already over. He was making his speech.
When you went to bed?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you were falling asleep last night, what did you think about your day was going to be like?
Yeah, it's funny because, the way coming into this, we definitely felt that traders' position are crowded into pharmaceutical shorts, healthcare shorts, biotechnology shorts. So if our claim was, hey, Clinton's going to win, we'd probably get a short cover rallying those names.
Yeah.
So Trump winning was definitely a surprise. So for those people who sit here and say it was a surprise, it definitely was a surprise, obviously, if you kind of look at it. But yet it worked out anyway because it was a crowded trade. Those stocks, right from the get-go, started going higher, started covering shorts, and it was kind of pile on the rabbit. Let's jump and let's press those shorts.
Pharmaceutical short covering.
Yes.
Because Hillary was so antagonistic towards pharma.
Well, yeah, regulation, price cutting,
I'm just clarifying it for the gang.
Okay.
And when you get a short rally, usually, obviously, or a short covering that boosts the stock up or the price or whatever asset you're looking at.
They're leaning too hard. I feel like traders are leaning too hard into that trade.
This morning, so let me get to this morning. You work out or you go right to the office?
Well, this morning didn't get to work out.
Okay, what time did you get to the office?
7 o'clock.
Okay. Now what are you doing at 7 o'clock at your office?
Okay, we're talking to clients, talking to our traders, talking to what's going on, seeing the tape and what's happening, and we're seeing that's firming up. We're saying, wait a second, it's firming up here.
Yes.
And surprise everyone, because remember, going into this, kept on saying, hey, if Trump wins, we're going down 5 or 10%, which we did almost last night.
Okay, 8:45 in the morning. What are you telling your desk?
We're telling our desk, you know what? We're not going to bottom here. We're going to. It looks like we're getting some bids here. We're forming some foundation here.
So do you start buying?
Yeah, we already had some bids in.
Okay, all right. So that was, I think what you just described was basically every single investor in the United States this morning.
Yeah, but by the way, we shouldn't be outstaying our welcome either here. Now we're up against resistance. Here we are now, almost, actually coming up at one point up 310 for the Dow.
Yeah.
We're up about 240 right now. You gotta be careful. I mean, look, if you look from minus 800 to minus 300 in less than 24 hours.
Plus 300.
Right.
Yeah, plus 300, excuse me. It's an 1,100 point change. So to start jumping on top of this thing.
But do you really think of it as a real 1,100 point change? Don't you think of that 800 in the futures as not a real 800?
No, not definitely. But some people got printed down there. Some people got washed and scrubbed for sure and got hurt down there for sure. But like I said, I think a lot of it started off with the pharmaceuticals. Like, wait a second. Wow, she's not winning because it was pretty much built in that she was going to win. And now the regulation and price pressure's off. And not only was it short covering, now traders jump on top of that, just to try to run that train as much as they can.
I want to point out right now, I hear an enormous amount of trading going on right now. This is not unusual for 11 minutes before the 4 o'clock close. We always have a lot of trading activity, but that beeping where you hear beep, 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 that is trades coming into the order books that the floor traders carry around, and there's an enormous amount of activity going on right here. And it looks like it's activity sustaining us at about the 250 point level. That has been an area of resistance throughout the day. That move up to 300 was just for a very short period of time that we saw.
And we've had people on, too, saying that the initial reaction, whatever it is, up or down, and whomever candidate does get elected, that isn't necessarily indicative of what is to come for the next 4 years.
Absolutely.
So explain how this could play out.
So this could be a knee-jerk reaction. So for everybody jumping on this train and say, wait a second, now this is kind of like affirming that a Trump presidency is going to be great for the economy and markets. Let's not get carried away yet. This is one day. Off a knee-jerk reaction. Leaders became laggards today. We spoke about the FANGs earlier.
Yes.
Facebook, okay, and the bonds, which were leaders for a long time, bonds are getting obliterated today. You may wake up tomorrow in these balance funds and be down and say, wait a second, we had a 240-point move in the Dow. How are my funds down? But balance funds have bonds and stocks.
All right, so Mac Ozawa, hey Mac, he asks, so if every single investor is buying this morning, who's selling? Who was selling this morning?
With those who were in earlier, I mean, those who, remember, we were down 9 days in a row. Now, again, it wasn't intense selling, but coming into Monday, we're down 9 days in a row off the FBI.
Right, and then up 3 days in a row.
And up 3 days. And some people were flat coming into this thing. So some people are just leasing stocks, too. It's not like, hey, we're going to buy and hold, but make this a referendum on a Trump presidency after 1 day of trading. I think that's going too far.
And explain the difference between the volume that we're seeing today versus what we saw the past 2 days, because we did say in the markets that they did turn around after 9 straight down days, up Monday and Tuesday, up triple digits for the Dow on Monday, but on thin volume. So what kind of volume, what magnitude of volume are we seeing today?
Well, we have a lot of volume here. This is definitely about 20%, 30% more than normal. Actually, up volume about 2.5 times versus down volume. So there's definitely intense buying pressure here that's happening. But it's selected groups, like as I mentioned, the leaders of this market for a while were the technology shares. Those have performed pretty poorly, as you mentioned. I think other than Google being up a little bit.
Can we rattle through, guys? Can we show some tech stock charts here? Can we show Facebook, where Google, where Amazon is today, just to show the slight pressure that they're under in this up day? Okay,
they're not down big time, but certainly the focus has been on the healthcare.
All right, FB down 1%. I mean, obviously up crazy for the year. FB down. Okay, let's throw up Amazon or Apple or whatever else you guys got right now. Now again,
Amazon was down a good 10, 12 points earlier.
These are all the stocks that Trump has come out and said, you can't bring your cash back from overseas. You got to make your stuff in the U.S. Wow, I mean, that's a big move for Amazon. Look at that, 17 points down.
It's funny.
Amazon.
I mean, the healthcare are acting like technology shares. You know, those big explosions to the upside. Biotechnology up 10%. The index up over 10%. But these components, which are owned by a lot of the people that are watching
Google,
the show,
down 1%. I mean, we got a market that's up a 1.5%. We got all these stocks down.
It's construction stocks. Is that the place to be right now? A lot of these stocks up 10%. You get Eagle Materials, Martin Marietta, MLM, that's the ticker symbol there. Vulcan Materials as well.
Apple flat.
Look, everyone's trying to anticipate what this presidency is going to bring. So he has to pass this legislation, which, look, our Republican House and Senate should be able to. But I know we always get ahead of ourselves. That's what the market always loves to do, on the downside or the upside. So running construction stocks right now would be ill-advised after this huge move that we had today. If you like them, wait for a pullback. We'll have some pullbacks.
What was the cement stock, Peter? The
CEMEX.
CX, ticker symbol
CX had been running because of the wall.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
and who's going to pay for the wall?
The Mexicans.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, my one observation though today, it seems like all of these trades seem too obvious, and everyone's there's sort of no contrarian play. Everyone is loading into these same names. And I just wonder some of these are overplayed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, the pendulum swings so far one way, swing back the other way. I think you're right to the point. Is like, I feel like I make the most money for investors when you're contrarian, when you're on the other side of the trade. So the point about cement, it's so obvious.
CX is down 7% today.
Okay, that was up earlier this morning.
CX is the Mexican cement.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So there's a difference. So these
CX is the one that we're always talking about, right?
Okay. Construction companies based in the U.S. with a lot of business in the U.S. doing very well today. Most of them up double digits.
Right.
A decent amount of them, a handful of them up more than 10%. But CEMEX, is that how you say it?
CEMEX.
Yeah, CEMEX.
That's a different story because it makes and manufactures its cement and construction materials products in Mexico, and I think obviously,
weaker peso
any
now
relation,
on top of that.
yes.
Right, exactly.
So we got weaker peso on top of that. But you're right, though. It's just, this is how investors are. We always run to one thing. It's not so clear cut. These are the things that he laid out. What he prioritizes in the first 100 days, we'll still see.
Right.
There's still some, and by the way, people say, gee, wait a second, I want to jump into this rally. We'll have chances. I mean, what if Janet Yellen resigns next week? What if she's asked to leave next week? And so we're going to have plenty of opportunities for a pullback.
Do you feel like you picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue?
I'm sorry?
Do you feel like you picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue?
I guess so, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
you know where that line comes from?
No.
Airplane?
Oh, Airplane, 1975? The very first
I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
That was great. What was that?
Peter picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
I haven't stopped.
It's been the longest day of my life.
We were telling investors today it's a long month this week. Right? I mean, it's only Wednesday. It feels like it's a month already. Based on what happened, you said Monday, we were up 370 points. Off the FBI, kind of laying off that.
I'm not even,
and then Tuesday
I'm going out, I'm getting like, Whistle Pig, like that Scotch Whistle Pig?
Yes.
I'm not even drinking my regular black label today. I'm going on the way home, I'm stopping, I'm getting some Whistle Pig.
Well, how about the glue? You going to get the glue along the way?
No, I'm at my one Scotch. Jill, we're going to cook some beef bourguignon in the slow cooker, and I'm just going to
Real slow cooker, right?
Well, we have a slow cooker. We just got a slow cooker. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You don't have a slow cooker.
Yeah, you ever do.
No, I don't
come back 12 hours
What,
later.
are you the only guy with a slow cooker?
We used to call it a crock pot.
Do you really have a slow cooker or
Yeah,
no?
sure.
When was the last time you used it?
Circa 19...
Okay, fine. We use ours like weekly. All right, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your evening.
Hell of a way to end the conversation.
Coming up.